let's say you're in a car with your friends or whoever you're with, and they're talking to you, and they tell you, hey, I dare you to close your eyes for 5 to 10 seconds. You kind of be like, no, I'm driving, right? And then now think of another scenario where you're in the same car with the same friends, and then they say, hey, check this text out. Look what he said. Look what she said. I think it'd be a lot easier for you guys to kind of look at the phone and see what was on the text message. And with those two scenarios, they're different scenarios, but it's the same. It has the same consequences. You're not focused on the road. If you're not looking at the road, you're looking at a text. If you're closing your eyes, you're not focused, and it has the same consequences. So if you wouldn't close your eyes while driving, then texting should be in the same boat with that. Texting and driving has been a rapid growing problem. It's life threatening. You put your life in danger, you put your passengers in danger. When you're driving, you basically have the lives of everyone in the car in your hands. You want to make it as safe as possible, and that's why you should be focused all the time when you're driving. And with texting, it's a big distraction and it doesn't help. So I'm gonna tell you guys how big of a problem it is, a solution to it, and what would happen if we did and did not enforce texting and driving. So first of all, for prevention, we need to prevent all this. They already have it banned in a few states. Not all states, but they have it banned in just a few states in the U.S. And even here in California, it's banned, but you see a lot of people do it. About 50% of you guys say that you guys do text and drive, and 88% of you guys agree with the danger. So you guys know how dangerous it is. Like I said, it takes lives, and annually there are 200,000 text accidents, and according to National Safety Council, 28% of traffic accidents are related with cell phones. So AT&T, they had, their cell phone company, they had this documentary, they have a campaign called It Can Wait. And basically it has just little case stories of 4 different victims to texting and driving. And for those of you who didn't agree, there's just probably 4 or 5 of you guys, for you guys who didn't agree, your guys' reasons were, well, I can multitask, or I do it but nothing's ever happened, or I can focus on the road. In the video, actually, there's a girl who was supposed to graduate. She was on her way to a friend's baseball game. She didn't know how to get there, so one of her friends, they sent her a text asking where she was at, and she was responding. Her car got totaled, and everyone said, she's such a good texter. She was always engaged in my conversation, and she'd be texting at the same time. She was so good at texting, but look what happened. You just never know. You can never be too safe, and things like that. You think you can text, you think you can get away with it. Yeah, nothing's happened to you yet, but you want to make sure that nothing's gonna happen to you guys. So, along with the AT&T testimonies, you might, if you don't text and drive, there are other people who do. All you guys know people who text and drive. There was, even if you have friends in the car, if you're a passenger and you see your driver texting, tell them, you should tell them to, hey, pay attention to the road. There's included in the AT&T campaign, one of the guys, he actually, he was sending out a text and it was just LOL. And he didn't know he was swerving into the bike lane. When he looked up, a bike already crashed into his window, and he was on fault of that death. And I know none of you guys want to be the cause of any death ever. And he had emotional problems, stress problems. He had to be admitted into a hospital because he's going through depression, because all that takes a toll on you. All that guilt you're feeling, you're grieving for that person. You don't even know the person, and you think about the families that you're affecting because you just lost somebody's brother, who is his brother, somebody's boyfriend, somebody's nephew, cousin. And, you don't want to be in fault of any of that because it's a big burden on your shoulders. So what we can do to help, like I said, it's banned in a few states, but people still do it anyway. So I think the biggest solution we have is to kind of just have awareness, have knowledge, spread it around. Like I said, we all have friends who text and drive, and the biggest thing you can tell them is the dangers that comes with texting and driving. We have headsets that are available with your phones. There are phones with GPSs that a few of my friends have that you can mount onto your windshield, and then you can attach your phone on it, and it'll be right there on the windshield. It's like a GPS, like how cars have it. So, there are excuses like, oh, what if I need directions and that, but there are a lot of safer alternatives to that. And, it's your phone, you're in control of it. You can decide whether or not you want to look at the phone, and so it's really about making smarter decisions. You want to be engaged in a conversation, but, all that can just wait until you're safely in a safe environment to actually text back or have a conversation on the phone. So now, as I told you, a solution to it, I'm going to tell you guys kind of a resolution of if we enforce the ban on texting and driving, or if we just let it happen. And as we all know, if it was illegal, yeah, it does prevent lower traffic rates, and it prevents less deaths. But like I said, you can ban it anywhere, but people are still going to do it. It's California. Half of you guys admitted to doing it. So we should, like I said, just make smarter decisions. And because if it wasn't enforced at all, if there were no campaigns against it, and there's no companies like AT&T, saying not to do it and informing you guys, then there'd be a lot more accidents. There'd be a lot more deaths. You know who can happen to. It could happen to somebody you love, somebody you care about, and I know none of you guys want that to happen. So if you wouldn't want it to happen to anyone you guys love, then just for yourself, just don't do it either, because it can harm yourself also. So basically, like I said, texting and driving, like in my previous speech, it's just as dangerous as drunk driving. It's worse if not. You're not focused on the road. You're risking people's lives. You don't want to kill somebody you don't know, because, like I said, they could be anybody's loved one also. You don't want to put the people in your car into danger or any of that. So, I'm going to leave it off with AT&T slogan, it can wait, because really a text message can wait, and it can